What is up, guys? It is your boy Phil Shocker, the United States Hedgehog, with our potentially final week of APA low tier. Like I said in last week's videos, both the battle and the team builder. If we lose one more game in APA low tier, I am just going to go ahead and just forfeit the rest of the games I have. But since we won week 8, I guaranteed and promised you guys in the week 8 battle that I would continue to team build and give you guys the the episodes of the team builder and the battle, whether I win or lose, because it's only fair to you guys. But this is another matchup where it's not terrible versus us, but it's not going to be easy. But I'm just going to say this right now. If I win, I'm not looking forward to my final week opponent. And I'm going to say this actually messes with my OCD a little bit, because the way I like to do it is if it's 2 weeks left of a season, I like to build both my teams, as you guys have probably seen in past videos or from the previous channel or this channel. You might see like 3 open spots. That's because that's the last week of a team I'm building. I usually like to do that because that way I have my team built. I can just battle whenever I really want or whenever my opponent really wants, stuff like that. So it's gonna mess my OCD a little bit, but let's not worry about it. We're taking on the Rise of Darkrai, and I wanted to say it in a nice, cool way. And his Toronto Toxtricities, which I think is a pretty dope name. They're actually a coach that I believe took over for a team, or originally were in this, I don't remember, but they made some transactions, changed up their team, and this team is, again, not bad. It's not bad to face, but it's also really hard to face. But let's break down their team. They've got a Talonflame, which is really good because of Gale Wings, a Scarymon, and Heracross. Porygon Z is always a massive threat. Mismagius, which pretty much comes versus my team. Claydol, which is relatively good as well versus us. Lantern, which is a really good bulky water type. Serena, she is thick AF and can really be a problem. Clefairy can be a little annoying if we really don't want to. Sneasel is something that is relatively fast and really not the most offensive, but is very annoying because of speed. Swallow is a relatively decent defensive poison, but not the best. And Probopass is a decent defensive mon, but really doesn't have a lot of output to it. Versus our team, I see no way he brings the Swallow and Probopass. Sneasel is really tossed in the air for me right now, but I feel like he leans it off. I feel like he doesn't need that much speed versus my team, because I do have a Trick Room aspect, so I think he leaves Sneasel home, even though the priority I showed would be good for at least my Superior and for my Flygon, but I don't think he brings it. Clefairy could be something I can see him mix in if he doesn't want to have one of his main 6 to be on there. And Serena is 100% a mon I could see swapped out for his Claydol, but I feel like Claydol has a slightly better matchup versus me, even though in this paper point right here you see it doesn't. But he needs a Rapid Spinner. He needs someone to get rid of hazards. If not, his team struggles. But on that, Talonflame, Heracross, Porygon Z, and Mismagius and Lantern 100% come versus us. If Mismagius doesn't come, he's not going to take advantage of the fact I do not have a Dark type, which I almost grabbed to Sableye, but I had to get a Poison type in order to stop that. But let's break down the team we have for you guys this week, and it starts off with potentially the win con of this match. If he does not have a Scarfer in this matchup, we can basically win this game. And what's very interesting in this matchup is actually, I don't think I actually did this before. I actually didn't think about this at first, because I actually made this speed creep to outspeed Mismagius, but I remembered that this is actually speed creeping a Talonflame that is speed creeped by Adamant or Jolly, depending where he wants to, that outspeeds my entire team that's on a Scarfer. Because I really don't see him bringing bringing Jolly per se. I can see him bringing Adamant first to me, which makes a lot of sense. But we're in Swords Dance, Aquatail, Airlash, Leaf Blade, with 64 HP max attack and enough speed to outspeed, like I said, the Mismagius, and to outspeed the speed-crept Talonflame. Aquatail knocks it on one shot. We do have the Cobra Berry there, so we can take a Acrobatics, Brave Bird, or whatever he wants to hit us with in that sense of the game. Again, I have to run Overgrow, because I cannot bring Contrary, since this is Tier 3 and below, and even though Superior is a Tier 1/Tier 2 Pokemon, it has to run Overgrow to be considered a Tier 3 and below Pokemon. But basically, this mon, Airless, knocks out Heracross, and I don't see him bringing a Scarf Heracross set. Guts Moxie, Guts Flame Orb has to come versus us, unless he really wants to take the risk and run Guts Scarf, which Guts Scarf then remains him have to potentially rely on Mega Horn, which if he misses, awesome. If he doesn't, sucks. I'm not sure bringing Guzma, and Guzma really doesn't have that strong of a matchup. I understand that. And obviously, this moveset doesn't make any sense. But it's not made in a way to... Actually, do I even need first impression? Actually, I'm going to get rid of First Impression and put Drill Run on there, actually. So we got Aqua Jet, Throat Chop, Aerial Ace, and Drill Run. Aerial Ace is there specifically for the way to 1v1 Heracross. If he wants to potentially win a 1v1 me, Aqua Jet is really good priority versus his entire team. Aerial Ace is really good for, like I said, and then also for the Serena for a switching on that as well, or to 1v1 if I have to. Throat Chop is good for a potential Claydol and or Miss Maggie switch in. And Drill Run, like I said now, is also good for the chance to 1v1 the Lantern. We are running the Citrus Berry so I can actually stay above my emergency exit range, actually either put me back into emergency exit range or to actually let me live out and be able to take on a hit. Sadly, I do not outspeed any of his defensive mons, so that's going to be on the way to really make these decisions based on what plays he wants to do in that sense of the regard. But yeah, pretty much this thing can go in. It's basically Zoes try to hopefully break and try to chip down the team. Our win con for this game, I think, is definitely Love Shack, our stack attack, a max HP, max attack, the lonely set. And I know I pretty much bring the same set in stack attack, but the same set, if it puts in the work, puts in the work. I will agree, I should run a different stack attack set. I really should, but the set's just too goddamn good to bring. Not bring. We're actually running Shuckaberry over the Choppaberry. Is that a really risk? And I'm going to probably pay for the consequences for it? Absolutely. But here's something you should also know. If he wants to go close combat with his Heracross, he needs to think about this. I have a Ghost type, I have a Poison type, and I have a Bug type that can easily switch on a close combat. So, more times than not, he probably wants to run Earthquake and use Earthquake to hit Love Shack. But the goal is to do this. The goal is to Trick Room up before he gets any chance to do that. And then Jar Ball 2 shots to 1 shots, everything on his team. I do have Rock Slide on there just to guarantee knock out the Talonflame, but Jar Ball actually does 2-shot Talonflame. But in case he is Flame Body, I don't want to take a risk with that. But basically, once we get this thing in the Trick Room, this thing goes ham on his team and simply just beats it, which is really good. Up next, we're bringing Wormy with a very interesting set this week. We're running Leftovers with 176 HP, 144 defense, 116 special attack, 72 speed depth with the bold nature. Running Coil, Gauge Drain, Thunderbolt, Lash Cannon. You might be asking, why bring Coil 3 special attack moves? Coil is really good for defense buffing versus his entire team, which is really good. Giga Drain plus Thunderbolt really just demolishes his team. I only have Flash Cannon on there as he changed to 1v1 or use it to get spit out drops versus Clefairy in case that situation comes up. But then again, Acid Spray. Actually, having Acid Spray. Actually, yeah, having Acid Spray is better because if he brings Serena, then I can weaken down Serena. Oh my god, I'm glad I just realized that too. But basically, this job is to set up some defense buffs and then go into town with his team. Up next, we're bringing another Leftovers Mon, Norberta, who has put in some decent work for the team, running Dragon Dance, Crunch, Earthquake, and Outrage with the 120 in HP, max attack, 136 in speed depth. I'm very tempted to put Yachi Berry on this set, even though, yes, 3 Mons with 3 berries, 4 Mons with 4 berries. Really weird, I understand that. But basically, this Mon is made to outspeed the Heracross by 1 point. And with this at +1, we pretty much outspeeds everything on her team, or his team. I'm pretty sure it should outspeed Porygon Z by 1 point. I will double check that to make sure. But it should, because it's naturally faster and stuff like that. But basically, again, I'm debating between Yachi and Leftovers. I like Leftovers for that sense of regard. But again, he has easy switch-ins to potentially Talonflame. Again, Brave Bird, Talonflame. If it's potentially banded, which I don't think he would because it's not going to be that good, can be a problem for our team. But the last one we're bringing this week is Weakness Policy Armaldo. Now, I know this doesn't make any sense to bring versus him, but again, I'm not really memeing. I'm really not trying as much. I just didn't really know what item I wanted Armaldo to have this week. I might change this and give Armaldo Leftovers, but if you really think about it, even though, yes, I basically will get one-shotted by Talonflame if it's at full, but we have Sped Crypt this thing with 180 speed to outspeed Talonflame by 1 point at 340 if it's going to be 341, if it is going to be landing at 340 for max speed versus my team. Stone Edge, X Scissor, Air Slate beats his team. 100% beats his team. Stone Edge 100% knocks out Miss Magius. X Scissor guarantee 2 shots, everything we want, and Aerialis will 100% knock out the Heracross. But again, I might change up some items on these mons real quick and double check some things. But that's going to be the team, guys. Whether we win or lose, it's going to be up to fate and how I play. But again, who knows? But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys in the battle. Until next time, peace, everybody. Real Shocker 96